Long time ago, there lived a rich merchant in a city who was very kind. His name was Krishna. Despite having such a big business and a lot of money, he was an innocent and charitable person. He helped everyone. He had good feelings towards the people. His feeling of love and kindness was such that he could not see anyone's sorrow. Due to his kindness and innocence, people around him considered this his weakness and took advantage of it. Some people started lying in front of that man. Villager used to borrow money from him. He was rich, and on top of that he was also kind. When Krishna saw the sad condition of those people and heard about their problems, his heart was filled. When those people told him that, "I need to borrow some money. If you help me, I will never forget this favor of yours," he was not able to refuse. He gave the money thinking that he is going through a bad time and he needs my help. Later, he will return the money. Slowly time passed and people started using Krishna. They used to cry in front of him without any reason, and take away his money and never return it. He also never asked for the money back. He thought that when their bad times would pass, they would return the money. But it is said that every morning is followed by night. It happens that after every happiness comes sorrow, and after sorrow comes happiness. Similarly, it happened with that merchant too. After few years, due to less money, he started to lack money. His business, now the customers at his shop also started decreasing, because the merchant was running out of the goods that were needed by those customers, and now he did not even have enough money to bring those goods. Gradually, Krishna's money ran out. There was a time when that he used to be among the rich people of his city, but today, he did not have money, and on top of that, he had to take a lot of loan from the market. He was not able to understand what to do. He had heard the great sayings of Buddha. He knew that many of his friends had gone to him to get the right guidance for their lives, and the knowledge he gave had improved many lives. He decided that now only Gautam Buddha would provide the solution to his problems. The next day, Krishna sets out to meet Buddha, goes there and bow down to Buddha. Then he tells Gautam Buddha that I need a solution to my problem. Buddha says, "Ask what you want to ask." Then he tells him all the things about how he helped people. How he became poor from rich, just by helping the bad condition of the people. He gave his business money to help them, and today he himself has become needy. Gautam Buddha listens all his words carefully, and says that, "You are very straightforward and kind person. And being too kind can also create trouble for us." Further, Buddha says that, "You used to help people so that they could get out of trouble, but people took advantage of it and kept cheating you." Krishna said, "Buddha, you are absolutely right. The reason for my suffering seems to be my being straightforward, simple, and kind behavior, but what should I do now? Show me the way. Should I become bad? Should I throw away my kindness? Should I become cruel? What is good? There is no cost in doing anything in this world. What is the result of helping or doing good to someone?" Buddha says, "No, you do not have to do all this. Many times you must have seen that the more good a person is, the more suffering he gets. The simple reason for this is that he gives lower status to his own rights than the wishes of the other person, and then, whenever there is a mutual dispute, he suffers more. But on the contrary, we should never give up on our kindness. We just have to learn that sometimes, we also have the right to express our opinion, and we should protect our rights, so we should become good human beings. Along with living, we also have to learn to protect our rights. If we are being harmed in a wrong way, if someone is taking advantage of us, then it is important for us to stand up in the right way to face him. This is what a true and good person should do. There is identity and personality of every person." That man says to Buddha, "I am understanding a little, but still I do not understand completely." On this, Buddha says, "Let me tell you a story, after that you will understand what you have to do, and what not to do." It was a long time ago that there lived a sheep in a forest. That sheep gave birth to a baby. The lamb was very beautiful. It had very shiny thick hair on its body. It looked very beautiful. The sheep was also very beautiful. She loved him and took good care of him. The sheep taught good things to her son, and gave him good values. The sheep wanted her son to grow up and become famous, but due to the sheep's excessive pampering, the lamb started deteriorating. His mother used to give him good education, took good care of him day and night, but day by day the lamb became devilish and stubborn. He did not listen carefully to anything his mother said, nor did he pay attention to anything. Every moment, he used to feel that his mother takes care of him so much, and that is why he did not take responsibility for himself. Thinking that his mother will get him out of any trouble, he was gradually becoming irresponsible, and now, that sheep's pampering and love had become a hindrance, in the lamb becoming good and responsible. Then one day, while roaming, the lamb reached the nearby forest, and he had gone to the forest for the first time and got a chance to live in the forest. He was amazed to see the beauty of the forest. He had never seen such a beautiful thing. Seeing such beautiful plants and colorful flowers, he was very impressed. He felt very happy to see all this. Then, he ate some leaves of the trees. Just like he ate the leaves of the trees to fill his stomach, he found those leaves very tasty. Now, the lamb started going to the forest every day, and while going there, he was harming the trees and plants. He plucked their leaves and their flowers. He plucked the flowers, ate them and broke some, and threw them on the ground. The lamb did not care at all about what he was doing. He did not even know that there was any danger in the forest. I was jumping and causing a lot of damage to the plants, but when the mother of that lamb came to know about the fact that the lamb goes to the forest every day, she got scared and called the lamb near her, and started explaining that you should not go into the forest, there are many animals there, they will attack you and eat you. But the mother's words had no effect on him. Instead the lamb started saying to his mother, "Mother, whoever comes in front of me, he will fight me fiercely. He will get beaten and then, he will regret a lot." After this, the lamb again ran towards the forest. He started believing that what his mother said was false. Like every day, that day also he started jumping and plucking the leaves of trees and plants, sometimes plucking flowers, but that day, a lion arrived in that forest. That lion was very powerful, but along with being powerful, he was also kind. That lion believed that it is not right to harm weak creatures. Being powerful does not mean that I should use power on some weak creature. The lion started roaming in that forest and reached there where he did not understand that the lamb was doing mischief. The lion was surprised to see that lamb. The lion was surprised by seeing that lamb had this lamb no fear of any ferocious animal? How is it tearing the leaves of trees and plants without any use? He was destroying them and not eating those leaves but spoiling them more. After that the lion stood silently for some time and looked at it. And the lion thinks that after some time, the lamb will see me and run away from here, and since it will run away out of fear, I will not have to use force, but this did not happen. The lion stood there for a long time and started waiting for the lamb to run away from here. When will he go? But the lamb was busy eating, he was not paying any attention to the lion, he was happily plucking the leaves of the trees and plants and eating them, making everything useless. When the lion saw that the lamb was not leaving even after seeing him, he himself went to the lamb and said, "Listen, children, you are damaging the flowers and leaves in this forest. Pluck only as much as you need for your food. You are destroying a lot of flowers and leaves like this. If you harm these trees and plants and these flowers and leaves, then how will you become a good child? Good children never come to the forest like this, and start harming the trees and plants. Your mother did not make you a good child." Hearing the words of the lion, he speaks arrogantly, "I am fine the way I am, I will remain the way I want to be." The lion gets surprised, but then, the lion forgives him, considering the lamb to be a child, because the lion did not want to harm him. You are not dangerous as you are showing from anywhere, go away from here, I am more dangerous than you do not spoil my mood too much, go away, let me eat and enjoy these flowers and leaves, says that arrogant lamb to the lion. And lamb went ahead, and the lion just kept looking at him with surprise. Suddenly there was a fox hiding behind the bushes nearby. That fox was listening to all the talks of the lion and the lamb. That fox could not tolerate the insult of the Lion King. From there, she came out of the bushes and came to the lion and said, "Please forgive me, Maharaj, you are the king of this forest, you are so powerful, if you want, you can kill that child in 2 minutes, and stop it from insulting you. Then, why did you not do anything?" On this the lion said, "I thought about the welfare of that child, I did not want to make such a child a victim of my power." Hearing all this, the fox said, "Maharaj, but because of your being so straightforward and kind, the lamb had the courage to insult you, he is taking wrong advantage of your kindness, and is roaming here and there in the forest and harming the trees and plants. I know that one should not attack a weak creature, this is a very bad thing. And it is also a good quality to be kind, but sometimes it is necessary to show fear in governance. You are right that the people should be treated with kindness, but at the same time, it is also important that they have good feelings towards the king. There should be fear so that he does not commit such crimes. No one should break the decorum." After listening to the fox, the king of the jungle, the lion, says to the fox, "Is it possible that by showing fear to the lamb, we can control it so that he improves and does not cause any harm to the trees and plants of the forest, and he himself should not be harmed as well?" Then the lion says, "Fox, can you do this?" After listening to the lion, the fox says, "Yes sir, of course I can do that. Even if he gets scared, he will improve and no harm will come to him, I will scare him so much that he will never enter the forest again. He will not dare, I will scare him in such a way that fear will develop in his mind, then he will not harm even the trees and plants of the forest, and, at the same time, I will not let any harm come to him." Then the fox says that his mother never taught him good lesson, but I will definitely improve him. Hearing the words of the fox, the lion said, "Okay, you try and see if you succeed in this, I will reward you in front of all the animals of the forest." The fox became very happy after listening to the words of the lion. She immediately went to the lamb and roared at him. Before the lamb could run away, the fox threw the lamb on the ground, and caught hold of it with her strong claws. After catching the lamb, the fox said to the lamb, "Should you be killed or should you be left alone? You have done the same to the trees, plants, flowers, and weak creatures of this forest. In my opinion, you should be killed." Hearing the words of the fox, the lamb started trembling with fear, and then, he said to the fox, "Forgive me, leave me, let me go from here, I will never come to the forest, nor will I ever harm the trees and plants, and now I will never commit any mistake." Then the fox released the lamb's grip. The lamb's grip loosened, and he started running with all his might. He picked up the fall and ran to his mother. On the other hand, the fox went to the lion and bowed his head and said, "Look Maharaj, it is very important to use the brain along with strength, only then people will respect us. If we respect our goodness and will not be taken advantage of." After listening to the fox, the lion was impressed by the fox's ability. He rewarded the fox in front of all the animals. On the other hand, the lamb got scared, and went to its mother and hugged her. He started apologizing to his mother, "Mother, please forgive me, I never listened to you, you were always right in telling me that there are very dangerous animals living in the forest, from today onwards, I will never go into the forest." Then, Buddha says to the businessman, "See son, don't be so nice that people eat you, nor be so bitter that people don't eat you. Being too nice will deceive a person. People will not respect him, but will consider him crazy. Gautam Buddha says to Krishna that, even a lion can become good. If someone pretends to be kind or acts nice, instead of being afraid of him, people will consider him crazy. Buddha said, if we behave too nice, then people start taking advantage of our goodness. The same people whom you have helped will try to cheat you by pretending to be innocent. Do not stop helping people. Instead of listening to the problem and giving them money, try to give them a solution. If money is needed, you can give a little money, but there is a way to solve every problem without money. Do it with prevention, then only those people will come to you who have real problems. You will get freedom from those who cheat money. Krishna bowed down to Buddha and goes away from there by saying thanks. Then he does the same as Buddha had told him. In a few years, he becomes as rich as before. Then friends, you can tell me in the comments what you learned from today's video.